So for me, as someone who's used to asking questions, standing my ground, being my own advocate, being surrounded by medical jargon, like knowing to keep asking for help, like nothing and no one is going to stop me on my search for answers. I'm just that kind of a person.
Right.
And if I'm that kind of a person and I found it this challenging and this isolating, like how many other singers had the same experience? Like how many other singers are out there who didn't have the same upbringing as me and couldn't afford to go and find the right person, who didn't have the same level of privilege in continuing to find someone until I found the actual qualified person to give me the answer.
Yeah.
Like, what if they couldn't do that? What if they were from a different background? And I thought, I would really love to change that experience for singers going forward so that you're not all by yourself. And so that you're not kind of stuck trying to solve this problem that you shouldn't have to solve yourself. You should have support from your educational institutions, and you should have support from your healthcare institutions and from your government, and we don't have that yet. And in the UK, I mean, they've got things like BVA, the British Voice Association, and they've got BAPAM, and they've got Help Musicians UK, which like gives money towards your healthcare costs if you're stuck as a musician, and they've got associations for teachers of singing everywhere across the globe. And in Ireland, you're just, at the moment, you're a little by yourself, and you're a lot by yourself. And I don't want that to be the case for people going forward. And I think a lot of times when things like this happen, we look at it and we say, oh well, like someone's gonna do something and change it. And I thought that initially, and I was like, well, maybe, because things are changing in the US and the UK, like maybe someone will change it here. And there were people who were working on, new things like this, but I couldn't see it in front of me, and it was so hard to access it. And I thought, maybe I'll just be the crazy person that changes it. I mean, it still sounds mad when I say it out loud. I'm like, who am I to be changing these things, or to presume that I can have any kind of effect on anything? And then I just ignore that voice and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do it anyway and just see what happens.